Welcome to Hollywood Boulevard. It's the 1st of July, 1929. Edward makes the long drive home from his job as an executive at a local radio station in Los Angeles. There was nothing special about this particular day of work, other than entering the office 30 minutes early to get a head start on some unfinished paperwork. His day felt incomplete as he was unable to give his wife and daughter their morning kiss goodbye. Nevertheless, a 3-day weekend's about to begin.
Ah, that's the one. Elizabeth loves this song.
I'll see you in my dream.
Edward breezes through the traffic, eager for the warm embrace of his wife Emma and their beautiful daughter Elizabeth.
Someone
Took you out of my arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to issue an emergency announcement. The National Weather Advisory Board has issued an immediate evacuation of all coastal cities. A tsunami warning is in effect for the next 24 hours. All citizens in the Los Angeles area should seek higher ground immediately. I repeat, the National Weather Advisory...
All coastal cities.
Edward stops at the intersection of Hollywood and Vine, pondering whether or not to make the drive home to warn his family. Suddenly, Edward is in awe of the chaos brewing around him. Pedestrians brawl outside a phone booth, fighting for the chance to alert their loved one.
I sure hope Elizabeth and Emma got the warning.
But this is a fight that Edward is unwilling to make. Dark clouds begin to roll over the Hollywood hills. Then Edward spots a beacon of safety. He turns his car onto a steep and winding side road leading up through a wrought iron gate. As Edward parks his car in front of an ominous-looking motel, he sees the vacancy sign light up.
The Old Hollywood Inn?
He scratches his chin as he exits his vehicle, taking in the eerie sight of the motel.
How have I never seen this place before?
Thunder booms as Edward disappears into the dark motel lobby.
The Old Hollywood Inn will be right back after this commercial break.
Are you tired of scrubbing out stains?
Yes.
Is your normal cleaning product not giving you the results you desire?
Yes.
Then you need to try Blood Be Gone, the world's leading stain fighter, recommended by 9 out of 10 wartime nurses.
I used Blood Be Gone to clean up my unit during the Great War. You would have never guessed that 13 soldiers just bled to death there in agony.
Still not convinced?
Tell us more.
Why don't I just have a regular housewife like yourselves explain how Blood Be Gone saved her life?
They just wouldn't stop making a mess of the house, so I had to take things into my own hands. Thanks to Blood Be Gone, the police didn't suspect a thing.
Blood Be Gone, available at your local retailer.
Now, back to the Old Hollywood Inn.
Hello?
Edward scans the barren main lobby of this dingy old motel. He notices 2 plants that seem to be in desperate need of watering.
You two sing better days.
A dank and sour stench fills his nostrils as he approaches the peculiar front desk.
Oh, what is that smell? Hello? Does anyone work here?
He spots a service bell in front of the metal sheet dividing the desk from the rest of the lobby.
Hello?
He takes a step back as a viewing slot slides open and he's greeted by a set of ruby red eyes that seem to pierce through his soul.
Welcome to the Old Hollywood Inn. I am the manager of this classy establishment.
Well, I'm sure glad I saw this place. Have you heard the news?
I don't follow the news, Edward.
How did you know my name?
You're wearing a name tag.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Edward removes the work badge from his lapel.
I had a longer than usual day at the station, and now this. I mean, a tsunami warning. I mean, can you believe it? They're telling everyone to get to high ground immediately. I really wish I could make a phone call to my family to make sure they're all right.
We have no phones on our property.
Really? Well, shucks. You guys are pretty old-fashioned here. I mean, the phone booths on the boulevard, I mean, they were a madhouse.
Rarely do I have the need to communicate to the outside world. I simply rent out very special motel rooms for those in need.
Well, according to the news, high ground is where we should be, so, this place is perfect. In fact, only thing that would make this place even better would be a room with a radio.
There's only one room with a radio.
I would gladly pay extra to have it.
You're in luck, Edward. That room just became vacant. No extra charge.
That's one hell of a laugh you got there, pal.
As Edward hands over some cash, a room key with the number 31 slides through the viewing slot. Edward clenches the key tightly and heads out to the motel's courtyard.
Enjoy your stay.
The Old Hollywood Inn will return right after this commercial break.
Aches and pains getting you down.
Ow!
My
leg!
Ugh. Does constant tiredness leave your mind in a foggy mess?
What?
Huh?
Oh.
Ugh. Then try new Crystal-Meth.
And now, back to the show.
Edward uses the key to open the door and enters room 31 of the Old Hollywood Inn.
Why is there so much dust? And rats? Shoo! Shoo! Oh, doesn't this motel have a maid? No telephone. Terrible mattress. But they do have a radio.
It's almost gone.
James McCarthy reporting. For up-to-the-minute reports, stay tuned to this station.
Yes! Come on, newsman, tell me something good.
Now the news.
We return to our top story. Moments ago, the tsunami made landfall in Santa Monica Bay with waves as high as 20 feet. Hundreds are feared dead.
My God.
We will keep you up to date on this unparalleled natural disaster.
My girl.
For those of you just joining...
Unable to bear any more, Edward tunes the radio to static.
They had to have heard the warnings. They just had to.
Dad?
Elizabeth? Is that you?
Daddy!
Lizzie?
Edward darts across the room, searching for the source of this familiar voice that calls to him.
Lizzie? Lizzie? Where are you?
I'm right here.
He dives back towards the radio and turns up the volume. His heart races inside his chest as he places his ear against the speaker.
Elizabeth?
Daddy! Please come home.
I am coming home. Just as soon as it's safe.
Hurry, Daddy!
No, wait!
His fingers begin to scan the radio stations.
Where did you go? Lizzie?
What have we got
This is your favorite song.
I'll see you in my dreams.
Edward lays himself onto the motel's creaky bed and removes a photo from his pocket. He fights back tears as he stares down at a photo of his wife, Emma, and his daughter, Elizabeth.
Oh, my girls. My perfect girls.
This particular picture has a great amount of importance to Edward. It was the first photograph taken outside of their new beachfront home. A home that has most likely been washed away.
Oh, God.
He holds the photo to his heart and tries to close his tear-filled eyes.
Please be okay. Baby, it's you. Are you and Mommy okay? I've been hearing terrible things on the radio all day.
Are you going to come swimming with us?
No, honey, not today. Stay away from the water.
Please?
Lizzie, come back. Please don't leave me.
Here's one. It'll make you want to dance.
Here is where you'll always find
Edward
me.
stands up from the bedside and wipes a single tear that flows down his cheek. He drags his feet towards the bathroom sink and throws some water on his face. He stares at his reflection in the dirty mirror, trying to convince himself that he did the right thing by taking the high ground and not rushing home to make sure his wife and daughter were safe.
There's no way they didn't hear the warnings.
On the boulevard of broken dreams.
I really should have tried to call them. Daddy. Elizabeth? Lizzie, can you hear me?
Dad, are you still there?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm here.
Edward, where are you?
Emma, tell me you're okay. I'm starting to go out of my head with worry.
Today was such a splendid day for a swim.
Oh dear. You too with all the swimming.
We wish you were here.
So do I. You have no idea how much.
Come swim with us, Dad.
No, I've told you, Lizzie. Stay away from the beach. Just stay away for Daddy.
The boulevard of broken dreams.
No, don't leave me. Don't leave me alone.
Edward takes a seat on the edge of the bed, running these events through his mind. And there's only one thing that can calm his nerves now.
Natural cigarettes. The #1 doctor-recommended tobacco brand.
I'm a doctor, and I only smoke natural cigarettes. Smoking a minimum of 20 cigarettes a day will keep your lungs healthy and your spirits high.
Buy a pack today. Only a nickel at your local grocery store, or anywhere natural cigarette products are sold.
And now, the conclusion of this week's episode of the Old Hollywood Inn.
Edward wakes in a cold sweat.
Oh, where am I? Guess I really knocked out.
The cigarette he was smoking has burned a hole in his shirt.
Ow! Could have burned the place down. Not that that'd be much of a loss.
He dusts off the ashes and looks at the radio.
That's it. It was all a dream.
He gathers himself and leans across the mattress. Suddenly, and without reason, the radio dial begins to glow a hazy red. His eyes become fixed on this glow as he watches the needle scan itself through a mixture of music and static.
We await President Hoover's address to the nation as our country reels from today's terrible devastation. We pray this will be the worst event our new president will ever have to deal with. If only the warnings from our broadcast could have reached more of the victims, since Edward was unwilling to risk his own life to warn his loving wife and daughter.
What did he say?
That's right, Edward. I'm talking to you.
What the heck is going on here?
You know exactly what's going on. You're a skitterbrook, a pudding heart,
I should have warned them, but the radio said to get to higher ground.
a coward.
How is this my fault? I did exactly as I was told. Now I'm sure this is a dream. I work for the goddamn radio station. I've never met that announcer.
Edward lights his natural cigarette with trembling hands as he begins to pace the dimly lit motel room.
It's all just a bad, bad dream. I must have been in an accident. That's it. A car wreck on the way home. I'm in a coma or something.
Edward, you really should join us. A swim could be great for your back.
Yeah, Dad. The water's really warm today.
No swimming today, Lizzie?
You're such a wet sock, Daddy.
That's me. Just the old wet sock. High ground, honey. That's the ticket today. High ground.
I can't believe we made it this far, Edward.
We really did make it. We did. The American dream. We had it all.
So, you'll be here shortly?
I'll try, honey bun. I'll do my very best.
I love you, Edward.
I love you too.
Oh, wow. There's a really big wave coming.
No. Get away from the beach, Lizzie.
I'll see you when you get here, Dad.
Run, Elizabeth. Get off the sand. It's dangerous. Get off the beach.
You're a sissy. Why don't you take Susan to the beach?
Nothing doing. Every time I go to the beach, I get hurt. The last time I went in swimming, the crab bit one of my toes off.
Which one?
How do I know? Those crabs all look alike to me.
I get it. Time to get with the program, Edward.
Edward unplugs the radio. Overcome by an eerie calm, he carries it into the bathroom and stares down at the grimy bathtub. He plugs the radio in and sets it down on the edge of the tub.
You're right, Emma. I bet a swim sure would calm my nerves.
He runs his hand underneath the faucet and makes the necessary adjustments to the water's temperature.
The water really is warm today, Lizzie.
He removes his clothing and dips his feet into the bath.
Just perfect for a swim.
He lowers himself into the steamy hot water. Then he tunes the radio until he finds the song he knows is waiting for him.
I'll see you in my dream.
That's the one.
He closes his eyes.
Don't worry, girls. Daddy'll be right there.
Edward's head dips below the surface as he slips into a dream that will never be. Visions of Emma and Elizabeth frolicking along the shoreline begin to race in his mind.
Daddy! Look at my new swimsuit, Daddy.
Aren't you cute as a bug's ear?
Come on, sourpuss. Come in the water with us.
I'm trying. I really am.
Hurry, Dad. Here comes the big wave. It's going to be so fun.
I can't do it.
Come swim with us, Dad. Please.
Edward grabs the radio, hugging it for dear life.
I'm too afraid.
Come swim with us forever.
I can't join you, baby. I'm sorry. I'm a coward.
I'll help you, Daddy.
What?
The radio slips from Edward's wet hands.
What? No!
It splashes into the tub with him.
He made it! Daddy finally made it!
In my dream.